Hello, I'm Atujame and you're watching Hornbill TV's Prime at 9. Legendary actor Asha Parekh will be accorded the prestigious Dada Saheb Phalke Award this year. Union Minister Anurag Thakur in September announced the news. Known as the hit girl of Indian cinema, Asha Parekh started her career at the age of 10 and appeared in many commercially successful films throughout her career. She was the highest paid actor female of her time and was one of the most successful actor female of the 1960s and 1970s. She is considered one of the most influential actors of all time in Hindi cinema. Manipur is celebrating World Tourism Day. The state celebrated with a World Tourism Day program that was organized at the Maipam Blok Paching, Nampol, Bishnupur district today. The celebration was organized by the Manipur Department of Tourism with the theme Rethinking Tourism. Addressing the event, Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh has said that the state's future lies in the tourism sector, and so the state's government has been putting in every effort to bring positive changes to the state. Singh said that the government was developing more tourist circuits across the state so as to attract tourists. Mentioning Manipur's uniqueness in terms of scenic beauty, climatic conditions, culture, traditions, etc., he added that the state's government has started developing many tourist spots including Shanghai Ethnic Park at Moirang Kunu, the 120 feet tall Songkol Kangche statue at Marjing Heritage Site at Makhel, Rani Kaitilung Museum, Cultural Center at Pahang Amusement Parks at various places, etc. Kangkhui Cave and Tarun Cave will be opened for tourists soon. A basketball court play sponsored by the Nagaland Mines and Minerals was unveiled at the Imkong Marine Sports Complex in Mokokchung on September 26. Tenjen Mua Jamir, proprietor of the Nagaland Mines and Minerals, and sponsored the play. Jamir said youngsters have a lot of talent. He lamented, however, that there aren't enough opportunities for them to express it.
I stress upon the fact that this court is of symbolic importance because right now we are also facing a very big battle amongst the youth. I can only speak for the places that I've walked. There may be many more stories, but with the recent problems we're facing with abuse of maybe alcohol or this very extreme threat of sunflower, these things are happening because our youth are not having avenues. So it is my prayer and my hope that this basketball court is the first step to many, many other works that we must be doing currently. Lastly, I'd like to request again the MBA for another privilege for my company and myself, that let this be the first step, but let's build the grassroots together for the basketball. I was very happy to read that basketball, the capital of basketball is going to be Mokokchung soon. So we'll all join hands and work together. Thank you so much for your time, this privilege. I am truly blessed today, and may God bless you all. Thank you.
Exhibition game between the BAMD and the Mokokchung basketball lovers followed the brief unveiling ceremony. Authorities in Assam have arrested about 25 Popular Front of India leaders and members today from early morning. The arrests were made in a number of districts. From Kamrup Rural, 5 arrests were made, while there were 10 arrests from Kolpara and 1 each in Karimganj, Udalguri, Tarang, 3 arrests in Dupri, 2 in Parbeta and 2 arrests in Baksa.
This is a continuous operation. Today in Assam, we have picked up 24 PFI people, but this operation will be intensified.
The Supreme Court has directed the Agra Development Authority to immediately stop all commercial activities within a 500-meter radius from the peripheral wall of the iconic Taj Mahal. A bench of Justices Sanjay Kisan Kaul and A.S. Oka told the Agra Development Authority to ensure compliance with its order in relation to the 17th century White Marble Mausoleum. The order of the Apex Court came while hearing an application seeking direction to the authorities to prohibit commercial activities within the 500-meter radius of historic mausoleum. Amid the ongoing military deployment along the China front, Indian Air Force's only female weapons system operator in the deadly Sukhoi 30 fighter fleet said pilots in the eastern sectors were ready to respond to any eventuality in the area and prove their mettle in real operations.
There have been brilliant women before this who have broken the glass ceiling and paved a way for us to achieve our dreams and to help us achieve our goals and serve our nation. The training in the Indian Air Force is always is at par, and be it woman or man who's taking part in this, they are treated on equal footing, and we go through the same stringent methods and preparation as each other. The training per se is certainly difficult initially. However, it requires a certain standard of commitment, resilience and grit. Right from the get-go, we are trained to toughen ourselves, and with time, with the able guidance and support of our instructors and our colleagues, we achieve these standards to the best of our capabilities. What runs through our minds is not very different during demanding times, because such operations are an execution of what we practice on a daily basis. Yes, being part of any actual operation is what every fighter pilot in the Indian Air Force trains for, because that's where we can show our original mettle. Our pilots from various bases in the eastern sector are ready to respond in any case of any eventuality. We are always ready for any kind of tasks and challenges that may come upon us.
As the country celebrates Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav commemorating 75 years of independence, the Eastern Air Command of Indian Air Force in association with the government of Assam is organizing a grand event at Lachitgarh today. There will be a spectacular air show over the beautiful Brahmaputra River by the famous Surya Kiran aerobatic display team of the Indian Air Force, popularly known as the SK-80, one of the few 9 aircraft's aerobatic teams in the world. The air show is being organized to mark the glorious journey of our nation on the path of growth and achievements in the past 75 years. Chief Minister of Assam, Himanta Biswa Sarma, also joined the occasion. Guwahati to North Guwahati ferry services to remain suspended for 2.5 hours to an Air Force show that is being held as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav.
Such is to give a beautiful diamond in the Guwahati style.
In order to celebrate, Indian Air Force and Eastern Air Command has organized this spectacular air show. This is, in my recent memory, this is the first time probably Surya Kiran team has come to Guwahati. I am really indeed grateful to the Indian Air Force and Eastern Air Command for organizing this display.
Amidst the backdrop of the news coming in wherein several piglets died within few days or a week after they were distributed to the farmers, Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma has said that due to the transportation issues, several piglets that are being distributed among livestock farmers under the Rural Backyard Piggery Scheme of the National Livestock Mission died within few days or a week after they were distributed to the farmers. Few farmers have claimed that the piglets distributed under the government scheme were unhealthy. The farmers pointed out that the piglets had developed some kind of ulcer in their mouth and rashes in the body before eventually dying. However, turning down this claim, Chief Minister Sangma said the piglets have to travel for almost 2 to 3 days while they are being transported from different parts of the country, and obviously in those tough and difficult situations, transportations of thousands of piglets can have casualties. Ruling out any possible chance of swine flu, he said it is not due to any kind of disease which is being made to look as it is purely due to the challenges of transportation. According to official sources, pigs of local breed have also taken ill after they were kept in the same backyard as the piglets.
The piglets have to travel almost 2 to 3 days while they are being transported from different parts of the country today. And obviously in tough situations, difficult situations, transportation of thousands of piglets can have casualties, and that is what has happened. And those piglets that have died purely because of the transportation issues, which are unavoidable in one way, because one cannot really give that kind of a personal attention to all of them. So there are deaths that happen, but it is not because of any kind of disease or anything like that, which is being made to look as if it's that. It's purely because of the challenges during the transportation. And wherever we have got reports and we have proper proof that the piglets have died, we have assured the beneficiaries that we will be replacing them also. So absolutely not. There is no concern of any kind of disease among the piglets that have been destroyed.
The Nagaland State Rural Livelihood Mission organized CXO Meet and Job Mela under DDU GKY at Hotel Saramati. The event was graced by Minister of Rural Development Mitsubu Jamir. The motive of the event was to transform rural youths into an economically independent and globally relevant work-free. During the last 3 years, DDU GKY has trained 4,510 rural youths in different trades ranging from construction to tailoring, food and beverage service to solar panel installation. Of these, 2,082 youths have joined the industry workforce and have continued to work for at least 3 months, with a few candidates having continued to work even during COVID-19 pandemic. Speaking in the program, Jamir said that even though Nagaland was rich in resources, the only employment avenue was the government, and that it was essential that other industries boom to provide youths with employment opportunities.
We thank the MORD for all the initiatives and all the programs that they have customized to deal with our youth, especially this DDU-GKY. Programs like this actually is a boon to our country, because it is the young generation that one day must take over the helms of our country. And such training, providing such skills at their age, I think this will go a long way in making India better and India more united, because the compartmentalization of states is now breaking down. like our friend has said, Assam, Meghalaya, Mizoram, northeastern states, becoming not like 4, 5, 6, 7 states, but it is people usually now referred to as, we used to be called the Seven Sisters, but now we are called the Northeast. Likewise, our people also working here and there, and that way our country gets united. Like our spokesperson from the then Hotels Corporation, he also said that Israeli people are working in India. Of course, Israelis working in India has a big security concern.
Dean Clyde Cooper, Learning and Development Manager, the Dean, and Anil Makwana, IMD Talent Acquaintance, also shared their experiences.
From your comfort zone. I'm sure that once you relocate, your problem will start. It's not an easy journey, right? It's not your home to survive there because you are getting all the facility at your home. But while you are going to relocate with other location, you have to manage from your end. No one is going to give you tea, no one is going to give you food. For that you have to manage from your end. But many of them are going to leave because of these kind of environment. But guys, if you want to get success in your life, you have to come out from your comfort zone, right? That's it. I would like to thank you, MORD once again, and SRL team, DDUGK team. I would like to thank you, Vati ma'am, for inviting and placing your candidates. We are expecting, good business from Northeast, specifically in Dimapur. We'll meet MORD team once again and talk about the expansion of our business. As of now, there are 7 members are working at 4th Mile. We have 3,000 square foot office at Dimapur, wherein we are expanding in upcoming days. We are planning to set up like 40 to 50 recruiters at this location who can help Nagaland people to get a proper job. Now, once again, thank you.
We initiated the fact that one of our placement colleagues back in Delhi said, why don't we try this initiative? And he got us connected with PLS Auto Shell Industries. I would say first a round of applause for PLS Auto Shell Industries for a great job done for us at the Bain Hotel. And secondly, a bigger round of applause for the initiative itself. Everything starts small, and for most people, the misnomer paradigm is that only hotel management kids need to join hotels. It has completely changed. It was changing with the advent of the IT industry. I'll tell you why as well. And post-COVID, it's changed further. I'll tell you what's happening in the hotel industry with the hotel management colleges. Let's say they have a batch of 60 students. Each parent is paying about 7 lakhs for 3 years, right? And in that there's a training period of 6 months. At the end of the training, and at the end of the 3-year grueling course, which is also fun, trust me, I've been from one, it's much more fun than doing BA or BCom. I've done both back in the day. Hotel management is fun, but it is also risky today because the opportunities for the hotel management kid is much more than just hotels. You have retail, you have the BPO sector, you have the cruise ship industry, and you have the facilities industry which powers the IT industry in terms of housekeeping and other utilities that these IT parks use. And what we find out is the salary level is higher, and therefore they are attracted. In all fairness, they want to justify the investment of their parents. Fair and good. Now the question is, where do we get people to work in the hotels from? So the first thought, it's not about the money, but it's more about how hungry is a prospective employee in relation to joining the hotel industry. When I say how hungry, it's the hunger for knowledge, it's the willingness to perform, which is much more of a delta, as well as establishing a career. You know, about 10-15 years back, in order to get promoted, you needed to serve at least 5 years in that particular position. Can anybody guess, my hoteliering friends, what is the tenure now? I think there was some...
1 year.
That's a little too optimistic, but to be honest, it's 2 years. All right? So, we recruited in the month of June 35 kids from PLA Auto Shell Industries, and we only looked for 3 things, which I'm sure the youth, the rural youth, with the agencies that are working so hard, with the support of the initiative as well, we only looked at 3 things. Ability to speak, number 1, because that is something which the industry is really suffering with at the moment. All right? Number 2 is how good are your presentation stroke demeanor. When I use the word demeanor, it's not only about how beautiful or how good looking one is or how well you are groomed. It's about also your body language, and it's also about the tone that you use in the process of presenting yourself.
That's all we have for now. Keep watching Hornbill TV.